Good evening, my name is Pedro Antonio Castrillon. This is the video of a tourist experience. The name of the instructor is Jessica Aldana. My file number is 2994-268. I'm going to show you the slides. Tour Kokora Valley. Recommendations for the tour. Rain jacket, water, long pants, chairs, comfortable sneakers for the hike. Good morning, everyone. My name is Pedro Antonio Castrillon. I'm going to be your local guide at this amazing place. Welcome to Kokora Valley. We are about 2,500 meters above sea level here in Kokora Valley, near the town of Salento, Quindío. We are also in the Central Andean Mountains range, which is one of the biggest ranges in Colombia. We are going to hike a circuit of 6 kilometers. We will be inside of the farm La Esperanza and the palm trees forest. During the hike, we are going to follow the red line on the map to go to the Palms Valley, which will be the first stop. I will explain to you about the name of Kokora Valley. For our second stop, I will explain to you about the palm trees and their biodiversity, such as how they live at this altitude, their problems, how many years the palms can survive, and who discovered them. After this, we will go to one of the viewpoints and spend some time there. This will be followed by a third stop where I will show you a germinator and the process of planting palm seeds to see how the seed grows and changes from the stage of a small palm tree, and then explaining how many years it takes to be a young palm tree, and then until it grows to be old. Finally, we will travel to the other viewpoint to enjoy a different view before going to the farm to finish the tour. Let's start. The name Kokora comes from the indigenous tribes that once lived here. There were three tribes, the Quindihuenses, the Quimbayas, and the Pijaos, about 200 years ago. During one of the largest migrations on the continent, the Antioqueños migration, people came across these mountains. The Pijaos told them about Kokora, a princess who was the daughter of the Quimbayas. A few years later, with the founding of the town of Salento, people began sitting in the area to farm. From the town to here, the landscape resembles a valley within a canyon, so it was named the highest canyon of the Quindío River. However, a few years later, those who were establishing farms on the road from Salento to here named one of the farms Kokora Farm. This happened about 70 years ago. Over time, the name evolved into Kokora Valley, and it became part of the National Snow Mountains Park. Kokora is one of the main entrances to this park, alongside other entrances. It is one of the largest parks in the country and is incredibly important because it hosts a variety of ecosystems, including paramos and snowy mountains. Some of these mountains are volcanoes, with some still active and others sleeping or dormant. The notable volcanoes and snow mountains in the park include Cerro Machín, Tolima, Romeral, Paramillo del Quindío, Cisne, Santa Isabel, and Ruiz. Here in Kokora Valley, we can find the tallest palm tree in the world, the wax palms, Cerosilon quindihuense, which can grow from 45 to 60 meters tall. This palm tree was originally discovered by the indigenous people who live in the area, and later by Alexander von Humboldt, a traveler, biologist, historian, and astronomer who visited around the year 1801, when he saw these incredible palm trees. He was amazed and began studying the biology of this unusual species. However, the wasp palm has faced several threats over time. The indigenous people used to climb the trees to extract wasps for artist purposes. Later, during the Antioqueño migration, settlers learned about the tree's wax and began doing the same, climbing the palms to extract wax for candles making, using the bark for construction, and using the leaves during Palm Sunday celebrations on Holy Week. This led to the gradual disappearance of palm forests over the years. Additionally, the introduction of non-native plant species brought with harmful insects that have been attacking the wax palm. Some of these beetles included the red palm weevil, the black palm weevil, Rhynchoporus ferrugineus, and the rhinoceros beetle. These insects enter the palm through the leaves, bite into them, and inject a liquid that causes the tree to rot. This allows them to lay eggs inside the trunk, and the larvae feed on the palm from within. There are some current efforts to protect the species, including not cutting the leaves for Palm Sunday, not cutting the body to take the wax out of them, because candles are no longer needed since there is electricity in the towns. Encouraging the farmers to plant many of these palm trees, washing them with an insecticide so the beetle doesn't attack them, and reforesting the area so in later years there will be the forests of palm trees that were there before. At this viewpoint, we are at an altitude of 2,700 meters above sea level. We're going to spend some time here to enjoy the views, and then we will begin our descent to visit the germinator, where I plant small seeds of the palm trees. The palm trees produce small fruits, which are also their seeds. Inside each fruit is a small coconut-like seed. When the seeds fall natural or are planted, we have to wait about 24 months just to see the first small leaf. From here, the palm begins to grow, producing leaves until it reaches a height of around 8 meters. This process takes about 10 to 13 years. After that, the tree starts to form a crown, which takes about 3 years. Then, in another 3 years or so, the first one or two leaves and the palm begins to grow up its trunk. When the trunk reaches around 7 meters in height, the original 8-meter long leaves begin to fall. New leaves start to grow shorter, about 2 meters long, so the palm can emerge more easily from the jungle canopy. These smaller leaves are more flexible and won't break when brushing against branches or other trees. This piece can last between 80 and 120 years. If the tree stays healthy, it can live between 200 and 400 years. The wax palm is truly one of the most magnificent palm trees on the planet. It is remarkable that it can grow at altitudes between 2,000 and 3,000 meters above sea level and thrive in temperatures ranging from 2 degrees Celsius to 19 degrees Celsius, which is incredibly surprising and unique. Continuing with the hike, let's head down to the last viewpoint to see the famous big hand of Kokora. If you would like, you can take a photo there. After that, we will continue to the farm to grab the tour. Kokora is truly one of the most stunning places in every way. Here, you can experience the vibrant greens of the cloud forest, a spot of birds like hummingbirds, condors, dragons, toucans, and guans, and maybe even see animals such as armadillos, deer, coatis, and pumas. The region is also rich in plant life, which orchids, bromeliads, Colombian pines, seven-letter trees, and many other species that make this area a paradise of flora and fauna, just like many other magical places in Colombia. It has been a real pleasure for me as a local guide to be part of your travel experience in the Quindío region. I'm truly grateful for the trust and respect you have shown me through to the tour. I also really appreciate your curious questions. It makes me happy to see your interest in everything this place has to offer. Thank you for choosing to explore Kokora Valley with me. These are some bibliographies from where I took part of the study, and as well part of the study I make it with my knowledge about Kokora Valley. Thank you.